What's up, YouTube, man? It's your boy Game, like Will, man, back with another video. I'm not gonna be burping this whole video, trust me. But in this video, man, we just gonna be addressing why is game so important, bro. Because I could make this video about something way more like connect, like that's gonna resonate with everybody. But I give y'all the real, the life lessons. I give y'all what I learned as I learn it. You feel me? Day by day, week by week. I give y'all the good, the bad, the ugly. At least I try to, you feel me? So, game is a funny thing, bro, because it pertains to so many of everything. Game has been happening when God was walking the earth. Game is game is game. There's cheaters in the game. There's fair people in the game. There's people who dibble and dabble and try to be fair and cheat. The game is infinite. There's no cap on this shit. It's people who try to do game and they try to make it science. People who try to do it through mathematics. People who just try to do it based off of just their natural just communication with their friends and how they've come up with things as a group. I mean, people try to do it from a place of common knowledge. People try to do it from a place of secret knowledge. Game is game is game, man. There's so many, it's intricate, right? A coach said that before, it's intricate. It's many curves to this shit. It's like the veins of our body. It's so many of them and they all serve different purposes, but they're all different. But they all are like tunnels, you feel me? Like if you take this street and you take this tunnel, then it leads you on a different path. Like if I go talk to somebody and they give me some game, I'm learning some whole different shit right now. I can't compare apples to oranges. I can't say, I learned something today that I can, it might correlate with something that I learned before, but that don't necessarily mean that I could take that whole lesson and bring it over here. Because this shit, it's like comparing different environments and ecosystems. You know what I'm saying? You can't do that. Because the way that sharks hunt ain't the way that bears hunt. The way that bears hunt ain't the way that humans hunt. The way humans hunt ain't the way that fishes hunt. The way that, everything is so different, bro. It's so different. So I'm sitting in my room, I'm thinking, after I just got back from the store, I'm like, man, game is funny, bro, because it really forces people to go back to their nature. Like forces people to go back to that part of them that is actually, you either gonna eat or you're not. You feel me? It ain't no like, oh, you could. And let's just take an example of texting a female, because this is something that's been, happening with me in my life. You either know how to text or you don't. You either know how to fuck or you don't. You either know how to kiss or you don't. Now, I've been blessed in my life to, have a shorty and, have these trial and error kisses with her where, I ain't have to be that good at first and then eventually I got better, right? In life, you will have moments where you can take these moments and you can practice in the moment, right? But there's many situations and cases where you have no practice. Every life isn't fair. Everybody don't get the same 24 hours. Everybody don't got the same time clock. Life is a game, which is why me being a lifestyle coach is so beautiful, because I could relate better to people. Like I'm in the store chopping it up with somebody I knew and he telling me about his life and how he had to go from this job to that job because he got kids and he had to do this. And I was able to just finish his sentence for him. I'm like, oh yeah, we ain't doing that because you had to do this and you can't do this while you do that. Come on now. So my empathy and conversation skill was heightened, and my relatability with people, even if I haven't, fully lived in their shoes, I could finish your sentences because me being a lifestyle coach, I've been there. You know, my sleeping pattern is messed up right now. Just yesterday I went to sleep at like 4 o'clock in the morning. So I could relate. My sleeping pattern has been off many a times, right? But you know, luckily this profession, being a YouTuber and a dating coach and a social dynamic, wannabe, it kind of helps me to be able to really see like, oh nah, bro, you can't do that because you had to work and you got to do this and you got kids, you got to do. So I'm empathizing with people, right? But some people feel like people's social skills should just be there. You should have it just because you're alive. And people say this, I don't heard this before, but in reality, for me, when I grew up, I was very quiet. You can ask anybody in my neighborhood, super quiet. And it's like people like me based on the mysteriousness. Like, yo, okay, he look like he get girls, he mysterious, da 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 da. It was a vibe, right? Y'all probably had somebody like that in y'all neighborhood too. It's a vibe. But as I get older, obviously, you can still be quiet and learn game. That's one thing that's beautiful about game. Like I said, it's all encompassing. But me personally, I want to be better at communication skills, right? So I had to learn that with that, there's sacrifice, right? You can't be quiet while talking. You can't do that. That's, you either gotta be talking or be quiet. Unless you are so gamed up that you know what not to say and when to change the topic and how to do this, how to do that. That's a whole nother level of game, right? A lot of guys raised by women, they have to have this skill. If they don't, they will realize very quickly how disrespected they're being, that they're getting, how cut off in conversation they are, and how unappreciated their voice really is because women may want to hear certain things you got to say, but they really don't give a fuck. Um, unless it's your girlfriend or some shit like that. And even sometimes they really ain't really caring because the system we live in is so airtight that it controls the minds of the people. So women typically want to be validated by other women, and guys want to be validated by other guys. So unless you find a female or females, plural, that fit into and they really respect you, then you're going to always have a little wedge in your communication because, and that's one thing it's taught me. It's taught me to look out for people because people will they will listen to you and act like they listen and then just be ignoring you. I don't had this shit happen to me with females in the past, and again, it's people could do what they want to do, but it's like I'm not gonna be that bum ass nigga who stick around and keep talking to you if you don't want to hear what I got to say because what ends up happening is I devalue my own worth. Not only to you, but then I start feeling like empty because I'm talking and but you're not hearing me. You feel me? So it's like I gotta separate from that energy altogether and just let you go because I don't got time to play around. It'd be old women playing like kids. You feel me? But anyway, listen, that's a part of the game. Is this nigga gonna sit here and try to get me to hear some shit that I don't really want to hear? Because if you do that, then it shows that you really don't even believe what you're saying. One and two, you can't find nobody else to believe in your shit. Why do you feel like it's so important? I gotta hear your shit, right? Part of the game. I tell y'all, game is dimensions. It's not just flat. Like it's not obvious. Like everything's not obvious. It's not, because the obvious mind to say, I'm gonna say this shit regardless. But you're missing the fact that validation is a part of the game and non-validation. So a lot of people ain't gonna validate. You can have $1 million plan right now and nobody validated. Right? One of my most viewed videos, I didn't think was gonna touch that number because I thought that video was jack shit. But it touched that. It did that. You feel me? It did that, and I can't recreate it because I don't know how I created it. Dude. People will say, just be authentic. That's how you did it in the first place. But it's like even the thought of trying to be authentic would be inauthentic. So I would have to literally mistakenly succeed again, which means it's more about it's more about repetition than reputation, which changes the dynamic. Again, you can't fake game because game comes from pain. All the players you see playing basketball, they play practice. When I got good at basketball, I was practicing in the rain playing basketball, going to the gym playing basketball. You don't get good at shit just because you roll out of bed. You get good at shit because you really put out to get good at that shit. And you stay there when it get ugly. And that's when you grow. And you be like, damn, why am I kicking ass? You don't even know why you kicking ass. You'll be amused and amazed at what you could really do. You know what I'm saying? So the game is not to be played with. It's not a game. You know what I'm saying? The game is not a game. I should make fucking shirts that say that. Or hats. No, I'm making that, bro. I'm patenting that shit. Especially when I get monetized, bro. We gonna make whole hoodies, sweatpants, hoodies, and hats. It's a game is not a game. Game like will. Game is not a game. That's real shit because motherfuckers hear the word game and they really think that, okay, well shit. It's like a joystick or some shit. I just gotta plug it into the back of the TV and I gotta, nigga, what? This shit right here is life bottled up in the game. If you drink some of this shit, you get poisoned by the game. It's like liquid. It's like serum. It gets in your body and then it's you are the game. You are that guy. Because most people looking at it from the outside, they really think that it's like some, putting on a jacket, putting on a hat, but it's like, nah, it's this shit like Venom and Spider-Man. You know what I'm saying? It get on you and in you. You feel me? It can't be on you. It got to be in you. And you hear people say that. But what I'm saying is, listen, game is everything. The way you walk, the way you talk, the way you act, the way you speak, the shit that you let happen, the shit you don't let happen, the shit that you let people get away with, the shit you don't let people get away with, the way you treat your kids, the way you treat your boss, the way you treat your, you know what I'm saying? The way you talk to your fans on YouTube or supporters, the way you think. Because when you get with a female, she's not just going off of your looks and what you say to her on day one. She's looking at your every movement. She's looking at your every movement around other people. She's examining everything about you. Damn near like she looking at your heartbeat through your chest type shit. Like she's looking and it's like, bruh, you can't be a fake. You feel me? You can't be. You can't be. So that's why dating coaches make video after video talking about the same topic every day. Because it's not like they're running out of shit to say. Because A, they're passionate about what they do. But B, the game is a revolving door. You could talk about this shit from the moment that you're a kid to the time you get gray hair on you feel me, on your face. Because it's like talking about basketball or any other game, because this shit is everything, bro. You can't do anything without game. The way you listen, active listening. That ain't just with women, that's with other men. You gotta listen to motherfuckers. You gotta make a person feel like you listening. Or they really don't think you listening. Or you can make a person feel like you are listening when you're not. Like I said, that's a different form of game. The way you eat. The way you breathe. How many bowel movements you have per week. Your health. Taking care of your organs. All of this shit is what game is. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't know about y'all, but when I eat right, I speak right, I think right, I feel right. I'm smoother. Why should I have to go look at another person's YouTube channel to learn how to be smooth if the answer is inside of the grocery store? You see what I'm saying? And this is why people get laughed at by women, because they will go a mile to get something that they could get that's right in front of them. That's the game. Everybody got people in their neighborhood who that nigga. They don't gotta go all the way across the world just to get. That's why people be like, why are these guys going to a different country to get girls that's right in America? Yeah, the women in America are more controlled and stubborn and hard to get through to their mind. But at the same time, if you do what you gotta do and take care of yourself, they just gonna be waiting for you and they're gonna do the same shit. They're gonna fuck with you or they're not gonna fuck with you. It's gonna be the same thing. Now, I'm not saying guys can't have geo game and geography and travel and have a better life and find fun. I'm not saying you can't shuffle your cards by doing other shit, but it's like you're still a goofy if you're a goofy. So that's what it is. It's like you could go anywhere and be a goofy. So it's like there's real men in China. So I'm saying they're gonna look at you and be like, "Oh, he look weak." Period. They're gonna send one of their girls to come talk to you, and it's not gonna be a real female. It's gonna be that. You know what I mean? Because you're weak. So weakness doesn't leave until you take care of yourself and make yourself strong. So it's like the game don't matter where you at, it's where you at. Right? It's not where you're at, it's where you at in here. And practice do get you better. It don't make perfect, but it makes practice. Practice makes practice. So you gotta practice if you want to get better or improve. Because, you know, even with YouTube, I'll be like, what type of video I'm gonna make? I don't. It's like every day I get met with that same fucking problem. But like sometimes it's easier than others, but at the same time, it's like you can't know because, like I said, my most viewed video was something that I didn't expect to do. So does that mean that every video should be not? I should improv every video? No. Stick to the fucking script. Write some shit down sometime. But at the same time, it's like stop giving a fuck so much because obviously when you don't give a fuck, there's still gonna be uh there's something to be said about not giving a fuck. Let's put it like that. There's something there's something beautiful that can blossom when you don't give a fuck. But there's also taking a risk because you might say some stupid shit. But there's something to be said about writing things down because you might say some really profound, meaningful shit then. So it's not really predictable. It's not predictable. And that scares people because life is not predictable. So if life is not predictable, then what's the point of having game if you can't predict life? That's what people be scared of. People be trying to predict life, but you can't predict life. You have to be life. You are life. You have to live life. And so you have to take chances. Chances must be taken. Even if you predict 98% of your life, it's like it's like you're betraying yourself because you're still going to have to take risk at some point, and all you're doing is ensuring that you're not going to be good at taking risks when it's time to take risks. Because all you did was baby yourself and pamper yourself with as little risk as possible. So that's what it be a lot of the time. And I think now is the time, man. Now is the time for guys to start taking more risks and doing things that feel uncomfortable. And again, it's a contradicting feeling and it's a paradoxical feeling because you're naturally going to want to clam up. Like, wait, hold on, I don't want to do that. And even if I do it, I'm gonna go back to being comfortable. But it's like, nah, fuck that. Like, and I didn't even just fuck that, but it's like, remind yourself, man. Like, cause a person will start getting more girls and then get scared or some shit. You know what I'm saying? But what you scared of? You feel me? Like, and if you are scared of something, address that shit to yourself. Like, address your fears. You know what I'm saying? Because that's the thing that holds you back. We all got fears, but those are the things that hold you back. You feel me? Like, so address those and admit those to yourself first. Admit your fears because nothing's nothing's worse than fear, bro, because that controls people. You don't got to be in jail. You don't got to be in handcuffs. You just got to have fear. Anything you can name right now that you're scared of, if you were to get rid of that fear, you would be free automatically. And you'll just do whatever the fuck it is you felt like doing. And people will see a man in front of them. Nothing less, nothing more. They'll see a straight up man because that's what it is. So fear has a grip on a lot of people. Those are the demons, right? That people talk about. They fighting demons. It's that fucking fear, that worry, that anxiety, that stress. Tyrannical shit going on in their mind. You can't take that with you to the grave. When you gone, you just going to be like, man, I should have did more shit. Should have got more women. Should have made more friends. Should have did this. Should have did that. But it's easier said than done. So you need a coach. You need a coach. Not so he could push you off of a ledge, but so he could talk you off of it. Most people won't jump off until someone talk them off of it. You won't let nobody push you without a fight. See what I'm saying? So it's like that's what it be a lot of the time, man. People gotta understand, man. This shit is life is all about survival. I say this shit not every other video, but I say it a lot. If you and another guy go up to get one woman, the guy who's better than you is getting the woman. What part of that don't we understand? This shit been happening since middle school. The guy that's more smooth and know how to talk to the woman gets the woman. It's not rocket science. It's simple. It's the same song every fucking 10, 12 years. You know, it's the same shit. Get better or stay the same. That's it, man. That's it, bro. That's it. That's it. All right, man. Hopefully y'all learned something from that video, man. It's your boy Game Life Will, man. Uh, Hopefully I spoke to the souls. You know what I'm saying? The souls of certain people, man. That's really what I tried to do in that video. Speak to the soul, to the core of certain people, man, because we gotta do better, man. Because listen, life is a war zone, man, and people they think that, it's okay to be soft. And that's something that I really am anti because growing up, man, it's like being coddled and being this way, that way. It's like, okay, it's all fun until it's not fun no more. But like not only that, it's people out here who make improvement, man. I think there's this unwritten notion that if you were raised a certain way, you're confined to being soft or some shit. But you know, that's not true, man. Like, people, the universe make soldiers every day, man. Like, one thing I will say is you are your environment. You are who you hang with. You know what I'm saying? You are who you hang with. So, you gotta also like, yeah, like when you see people out here, man, don't be scared to open up conversations. Somebody may be tougher than you, look stronger than you, but just embrace them. You know what I'm saying? Because people could teach you something. You know what I'm saying? Just because someone look maybe, a different type of person than you, you don't ever know what you can learn by just, what I'm saying, being open to conversation, bro. And, like I said, man, it's like it's just you gotta have balance because you don't want 100% do that. But I'm just saying have balance because me, I'm the type of person I trust my own intuition. I trust my own mind and so much that, I don't linked up with people before and I seen my whole life, become kind of like underneath their life in a way. Like, when I was younger and shit, and it's very important that people just got a mind of their own, to say the least. I mean, if you was to leave this earth having a mind of your own, that's priceless. I mean, that's better than even sometimes following somebody because how many people follow other people? Like the whole army, military follows somebody. Presidents and the whole world always looking to somebody. People act like they can't just live on their own and just respect themselves. And then it's all about independence, but then it's all about the people who tell you to be independent have a leader. So it's like, wait, hold on. So who's really independent? And if you look at science, science shows us that people need people and everybody's codependent to a certain degree. And we all come from tribes, tribalistic people, right? So that means people can't really be in totality independent for that long. Yeah, you could go live off grid and go do this, climb trees and become independent, self sufficient. But you know what I'm saying? You gotta understand, man, like a relationship is worth $1 million sometimes, you know? When you really bond with somebody, it's like, damn, well shit, this shit worth more than money. I don't need to do I really need money if me and the bro could go out and hunt food every week and get food every week? You know what I'm saying? And that's what people don't realize. Men built the world. You feel me? So when you have a brotherhood, it's automatic. You don't need money. You need a brotherhood. It's automatic. You don't even need money. People be isolated. People be their own issue because the isolation issue. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I really want to on this channel just bring like more camaraderie because I see other people do it, but I feel like at the same time, you know, I just feel like I could do it, man. I feel like I know I could do it. You feel me? And it's like it don't gotta be no crazy shit. It don't gotta, but it just gotta be like a brother, you know, brothers, man. Because it's good people out here. I mean, I'm not gonna say it's good and bad, but it's just people out here, man. You gotta find your tribe for real. You really do. Like that's some real shit. And I don't like the good and bad label because I believe every team has cancer on it. You know what I'm saying? I think every basketball team, every team, every has what can be considered bad and good. But if you really look at it, look at the human body. The human body has bad and good micro what you call it in it. You know what I'm saying the body is the same way. The earth is the same way. People. So what your enemies may see as bad may be good for you. You get what I'm saying? You may need those people that the enemy says is bad on your team because those people make the bigger body of whatever it is you are. You know, not to get on no racist shit or racial shit, but shout out to Dr. Kumar. I like Dr. Kumar, man. Umar Johnson, I mean, whatever. You know, I like some of his ideologies. You know, I'm black, but I'm light skinned. But I like some of his ideologies. I think some of his ideologies make sense. I'm not saying that that's I'm racist or some shit, but you know, I like white people a lot. But it's just that, you know, I think that like I said, on a biological level, being disconnected from your own kind is kind of racist within itself. You feel me? So it's like it just doesn't make any sense. But I just feel like, man, I don't want to pull that race card, but I just feel like you got to have a healthy measurement of all different types of people. You know, I be on the Bumble app. I meet Chinese people, white. You know, it don't matter what your race is, but what's your soul like? You know what I'm saying? What's your personality like? And yeah, it's not enough people who talk about friendship for real. I don't think not no more. I know my forehead look crazy as fuck. Not no more, man. I think you know RSD and the whole social dynamic thing was really big at one point, but I think right now it's kind of different, you know. And I think that I may be the next person talking about a lot of this stuff because the game is all it's not just about women. I keep saying that shit. It's really all things. Like you get more women by not wanting to fuck a bitch. So how is that why would God make it like that? Why would ever you know, growing up it was always like that for me. Like every time I would ignore a chick or say, oh, she's straight, she's not all that, she'll come trying to mess with me out of all the women. But if it's a woman and I establish that I like her, then she'll, you know, it might work sometimes like that too. But I'm just saying it'll always work if you don't pay them no attention. Like a respect. You can't get the you one ensures respect and the other one don't. That's what it is. One ensures respect. Like it's hard not to respect somebody who don't give a fuck about you. It's hard not to. 'Cause they ain't paying you no attention. But the other guy, you know, they don't feel like I gotta respect him. I don't owe him anything because he wants me. You know, it's just a little game that they, you know, the I guess feminine and masculine play. You know, but